let us see the relationship between GDP and economic welfare. When an economy experiences an increase in GDP in real terms, it is said that economic growth has taken place and economy has become prosperous. So when an economy experiences rise in welfare, it implies what? Social growth. But a rise in GDP may not bring about what? Economic welfare of an economy because of various reasons. So GDP is important but not a perfect measure. Okay, but not a perfect measure of a country's economic well-being, because GDP has many limitations if it is used as an index of welfare. Okay, and we also have a question in our mind: is there any conflict between economic growth, okay, and economic welfare? All right. So, does economic growth imply welfare? If there is economic growth, does it mean that economic welfare will be there? Okay, because economic welfare of the masses, among other factors, depend on other things also. What are those? Composition of GDP and distribution of the GDP, okay, among the people. It's a very concern, okay, to be discussed. So let us see. So what are the limitations of GDP as an index of welfare, economic welfare? Okay. Now let us see what are the limitations of say taking GDP as an index of welfare. Okay. So GDP, we all know, it is nothing but the value of total output, maybe goods and services produced, okay, in year. So number one, it ignores the resources of the country. Okay, we have human resources, we have natural resources, we have skilled resources, okay, and we have resources, okay, in the hands of a few particular, say, let us say, country, for example. Other countries, they have a lot of oil resources and all. Okay, so GDP does not explain the concentration of resources or concentration of economic power in the hands of few countries or in the hands of few people. Okay. Then number two, we have, say, GDP ignores the level of prices. For example, if we have high income, okay, it does not mean so our welfare is high, because even if the income is high, if there is very high price, okay, then automatically we cannot maintain high standard of living. If there is no high standard of living, automatically the people are not well off. Their welfare is not increased. Okay. Then number three, let us see, it ignores the distribution of GDP. Okay. High GDP may be due to large contribution of a few industrialists and capitalists. For example, in case of India, our GDP is very high. It is among the largest GDP in the world. Okay, but this large GDP is not equally distributed. Okay, so maximum part of GDP is in the hands of few industrialists and capitalists. Many are, around 20% of Indian population, they live below poverty line. So large GDP does not mean economic welfare of the people of a particular country. Then number four, GDP ignores the level of unemployment. Does not explain how much unemployment is there, what are types of unemployment, okay, there or not. Then next point we have, it ignores the composition of output. Okay, so many outputs, different kinds of goods and services, okay, say produced in a country, okay, GDP does not tell. GDP tells only the value. Okay, so in this connection we have to keep in our mind, okay, there are so many goods and services produced in our economy. It does not directly contribute to the growth of national income. For example, let us say war equipments. Okay, war equipments, bombs, explosives, and so many, we have missiles and all. Okay, we have so many things. It does not directly contribute to the growth of national income, but it takes a large share of our GDP. The production of these things takes a large share of our GDP. Okay, so we have to keep in our mind the composition of output also. And we have so many things like drugs and so many other things also. Then, last but not the least, okay, we have one more. It ignores the externalities. Okay, GDP does not explain about the environmental degradation, then pollution of air, water, and we have noise pollution also. High GDP does not mean that we are pollution free, we are disease free. Okay, and GDP does not explain about the accidents okay, taking place every day, and GDP does not explain about shortage of housing we are facing. Of course, government is taking up so many programs to provide houses to the non-hope people, okay, of course. Then we have one more thing, that is the ecological degradation. GDP does not consider about the ecological degradation. For example, in order to take up so many developmental projects, development work, okay, we have to compromise our natural environment. Okay, like say for scientific forestry, commercial farming and all, we have to say use a lot of soils, and for making dams and so many other development projects, making roads and so many other things. Okay, automatically if we take up a lot of development activities, construction work and all, automatically we invade our natural environment. Okay, so invading natural environment, there is no sustainable development, there is no use of increase in GDP. Okay, these are some of the limitations, okay, of GDP if GDP is say projected as an index of welfare. Okay, so with this, okay, we will wind up this chapter. Okay, I feel a bit unwell today, so there might be something, okay, like in giving lecture and all, you shouldn't mind. Okay, so if possible, okay, I'll just upload these two videos today in YouTube. Okay, and if not possible, I'll directly share in WhatsApp group. So if you see, so in the WhatsApp group you have to need to download to see the video. Okay, if you just watch in YouTube, okay, only the thing is data will be okay there, data consumption will be there, but there will be no problem of storage in your phone, okay, in your smartphone. So try to subscribe, okay, my channel. Okay, you will just see my channel, okay, that you just can find out the name of the topic or in the name of my channel, that is Hogan Demo Purple. Okay, see you next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.